Hello, and welcome back to Warmup for Iceborne. I'll be your host and guide Shepard, and today we'll be taking on Kushala Daora. The Wind Dragon of Steel, Kushala Daora, reigns atop the Elder's Recess. His command of the storm and relentless roars can be hard to conquer, but come prepared, and you'll come out unscathed. To unlock Kushala Daora, you'll first need to acquire 20 points worth of track research on him from the Ancient Forest. Jump to the end of the video to see his track patterns. The major threat from Kushala is oddly enough not his wind, but his roars. While the wind can hurt you if you run into it, and can certainly toss you around, the real danger is getting stunned in place and getting hit immediately by Kushala's charged wind attack. Having defeated Teostra, we have the materials necessary to make the Earplug's Charm level 2. Make a combination of this along with the Basil Helm, Arms, and Tacit to get 5 points of Earplugs, which will completely eliminate this threat. Kushala is reminiscent of Teostra, in that enough damage to the head will cause a trip. If you're using a cutting or impact weapon, this should become your main priority. Gunners and bow users can actually deal slightly more damage when attacking the tail, although you do give up building up damage in the head if you target that. Consider attacking the tail during a KO or flinch. Otherwise, continue to target the head. Outside of roaring, Kushala loves to fly in the air. Bringing a full pouch of flashbugs will be invaluable, as our first assigned quest starts with him already flying in the air. We'll cover his grounded moves first. Kushala has a claw attack that can come out quickly. It won't deal a lot of damage, but it can set you up for him to combo you, so be careful. Kushala has a wind sweep attack where he'll breathe wind in an arc in front of him. If you position well, you can actually just stand or roll through this. Be careful though, as it actually extends out farther than it appears. Kushala has a lunging 2-part attack. The first bite is relatively tame, but the second bite always seems to move faster and farther than you'd expect. So don't counterattack until he's finished that part. Okay, so I actually have one absolute weakness when fighting Kushala, and it may look like the most underwhelming attack in his arsenal. It is his simple 2-part rushing attack. It moves quick, deals a lot of damage, and leaves very little room for openings. Always be on the lookout for it, as he'll try to track you directly. Kushala has 2 levels of wind blasts. The first has a short charging time, and shoots out a moderately powerful wind attack. You can pretty easily avoid or counter this one, and should definitely take the time to deal damage when you have the opportunity. The second has a serious charging animation, with Kushala leaning back to build up a huge wind blast. This one should definitely take the time to get out of the way, and you'll want to wait a moment for the wind to die down, as the attack itself will linger in the area for a short while. Kushala will periodically roar and take off into the air, generating a tornado. You can use this as an opportunity to heal or sharpen if you're quick enough. You'll almost always want to wait a moment for him to move or attack though, as this will move him out of the tornado's area of effect. Use a flash bomb to finish him off and knock him to the ground. If you do allow Kushala into the air, his attacks will vary between shooting wind and diving at you. Ideally you're using your flash bombs though to keep him grounded. Congratulations, you've done it! You defeated the Kushala Daora! Let's head back to Astaire and see what we can make. The majority of Kushala's weapons are unfortunately a little underwhelming. They don't have enough ice to make up for their lower raw. And while most of them can get white sharpness, it's not enough to make up for their otherwise lower raw stats. There is some hope though, as we can use the Daora claws to upgrade our Legiana bow. For armor, we have a lot of great options. The Kushala Helm Beta is amazing for bow users, as you'll get +2 to ice attack and 3 single slots, plenty to continue to boost ice attack or increase critical eye. For Blade Masters, the Kushala Chest Beta gives us 2 points of handicraft and 1 level 2 slot. This will pair pretty nicely with the handicraft charm for boosting our handicraft levels up. The gloves aren't bad, with a choice between alpha or beta for additional evade window or either handicraft or a slot. The Tasset can be a decent option paired with the helm for boosting ice attack. Okay, onto the tracks. So long as you have the Ancient Forest camp unlocked, getting Kushala's tracks is a breeze. There are 2 12-point cycles and 1 8-point cycle. The more common 12-point cycle has a windswept track a little bit into the nest. The second is near the Gajalakas, with the third being past the Flashbug and near this toadstool. Heading to the northeast camp, grab the 2 tracks towards the ocean, with 1 more windswept right next to the ocean. Finally, run over to the waterfall area in Area 1 to grab the last windswept. The more rare, but faster 12-point cycle has 2 windsweeps right next to each other into the nest. Grab 2 footprints going down the slide towards the Gajalakas, who are near another windswept track. Heading down to the northeast camp, you'll find a windswept right away, with 2 tracks near Pookie's nest. The final 8-point cycle is probably the worst track cycle of the whole track gathering experience. Not only are there no tracks in the Rathalos nest, all of the tracks are as spread out as possible. You'll find 1 windswept near the Gajas in the northeast, along with 2 footprint tracks on the path down. There will be 2 feet near Camp 1 near the waterfall. The final 2 points are near the northwest camp where the Jaggers like to hang out, in the form of a final windswept. I will sometimes just collect the 4 points near the northeast camp and then refresh the cycle by reloading the map. Well, that's it for Kushala Daora. Make sure to subscribe, as we'll be covering all the monsters in the game. Continuing on with our final monster in the warm-up, Xeno'jiiva next. Until next time, this is Shepard, saying good luck and have a good hunt.